Good evening, everybody. This is Fox coming at you with part 3 of the Samurai Solo series, a trap series that's focusing on turning your trap into a lethal cap machine. So guys, in this video we're going to be putting the cap in trap. Tee hee ho ho ha. So guys, for this one we're going to review a little bit more of the fundamentals so far. So as you know, up to this point, this particular trap is going to be very focused on attacking power. Very little, if none, in defensive power, and of course, health. So let's do a quick update on Minnie so far, where she's at in terms of that. So as you can see, you can actually do this cap trap right now on a mega small budget. You can go up to HQ 26, and you can achieve the capping section of this series. So if you have up to here, you can run this anywhere and you can still cap, which is what most of you are looking for. Way to cap, kill, keep going. So we take a look, guys. Here we have about 2, 4, 6 hospitals. The rest are training grounds. Okay, now I don't have my attack serum activated yet because we just got a test in a few minutes ago, and it still caps. She still caps max. Arsenal's activated. Well, that's only for attacking. All the insignias are activated, and you notice that they're all attack-based insignias. No defense running in this base. Now, the next thing you need to know is I am low on rural and building modifiers. So let's take a look at my base boosts at this particular point in time up to this point. So after we review this, I'm going to get into more detail on capping. So we have a lot of ones, but let's just start down with the 30s. Right? So everything here is just chinched for attack. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Now I could have optimized it a little bit better and went like 27 or 28 with everything, but it's just my style of doing things. I'll just get them all up as high as I can before we come on, and we'll see what happens from that. So I don't even have everything boosted up yet, guys. That's going to require maybe another pack purchase, which I'm not going to put on yet, given the new gear. Now, I did manage to get a few tests in with a max 160 player, and it's still capped. So in this series, or in this video, sorry, the reason why. So much like the analogy that I used before. As long as your troops aren't dead, the system still registers your attack as a win, so long as you're killing more of them than you're being sent to the hospital. So let's take a look at some of the reports. So the guys from my alliance were just testing out some of the new stuff. I have not been hit in the newest gear yet, but if we take a look at what we're running right now, Leonard hit me earlier, and this is when I was running 9 million troops, and I had enough attack power to kill his whole march. So even though all of my troops are in the hospital, all of them, the system will still register my base as a win. Therefore, I will cap the commander and I'll kill everything. So if you look at this for state versus state as an example, you have to be careful in state versus state, guys, because experienced attackers will know how to defeat this particular build, right? Which is why later in the series, I'm going to show you how to play it more. But for this state versus state with this video, if you follow this, you'll at least be able to get some practice in for later in the series, right? You can actually test it out yourself and have a bit of fun. Now, for those of you who are new to the game and you're tuning in from a protected state, you're really going to have a lot of fun with this. I've considered actually making this whole series in a protected state, but I don't really want to spend the time upgrading everything. I mean, personally, I just don't have the time to do it, and that's the real thing. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. So these are the 3 most recent ones, and we had a victory, and Leonard's a victory. Where's the other one here too? There's another one here we had. I think that was when he put out the fire. Yep. Okay, just 1 second, guys. So, Earl was a victory. Same thing. He attacked me with 15 million troops. No commander, but it still registers as a victory. I kill most of his tier 6, and he kills most of my tier 5, which is what I'm running right now. So, this troop count will change. I'm not sure if I'm going to run tier 6, but actually, no, this is a good point to talk about. Now, right now, you notice I have 8 million troops. Right? So I have 1 million of each, tier 5s, and virtually no mercenary at the moment. The reason why I don't have that here is not because, well, it's basically because I myself personally messed up something earlier, but usually there will be about 1 million of each, is because I'm going to reduce my counts a bit. Right now, for this video, we're showing the troop setup. So you need the troops to make sure you're killing the troops. And if you really want to optimize, you need to have some artillery in here. And that's just to compensate for the higher trap attackers that are going to be coming in. So it helps kill the troops, but it also helps kill some of the traps that are coming in as well. Now, you can relatively do this on a small budget. You could probably get this with most things for maybe like a $50 pack or a $70 pack. And, you know, if you use other methods to get your packages, you can get them a little cheaper, we'll say. So that's the main concept, guys. Your main concept is to keep your troop numbers lower than what the attacker is sending at you, right? Because in that terms, the system or the trap system is registering as a win so long as he doesn't get the number victory on the win screen. Now, it's very similar to tile trapping, right? So, in a way, you're turning your base into a tile trap. So, at the most basic form of this build, you can become a very small, weak-looking cap trap, right? And that's a plus. That's a big plus. Because you don't need to worry about defense. You're all going to be worried about attack, right? So the second half of the series, if we get there, will be focused on the attacking section of this base. Because, you know, it is the Samurai series. Samurais don't just defend, right? Quote unquote. They're fucking attackers as well. But we'll see. That's later in the series. So, if you take a look at the gear, guys, you're still going to want to run Conqueror gear. The new gear is extremely, extremely strong at rallies. It's over 6 billion attack with the new Divine Vanquisher gear. However, in terms of a solo attack, I think the Conqueror is still better in pure terms of a solo attack. Where the Divine gear sets itself apart from the Conqueror gear is in the rally, not in the solo. So I wouldn't be surprised to see players, attacking players, soloing and conquering gear, but rallying in the higher Divine gear. Sorry guys, a little bit of the sniffles over here. Alright, so this is the third part in the series, and now you understand that when you get your troop attack up, you start training troops. Now you're probably wondering, well, Demon, why aren't you running tier 6 troops? You can run tier 6 troops. You can. But there's a big disadvantage to doing that. Tier 6 troops take a lot of gold to rebuild. Okay, so as an example, if I had 1 million, if I had 9 million each tier 6 as an example, and they all went to the hospital, for me to instant heal them, it would cost almost 70 million gold. Now, if you look at my gold supply, I can't run a tier 6 front line cost efficiently. So what's the next best thing? It's tier 5. That same number is around 25 or 20 million gold, right? Now, still a little bit expensive. So what do? Well, that's where we'll get into the next. I'll cover that in the next video. Okay, I'll cover why you want to run tier 5 versus tier 6 now, but I'll cover how to make it more cost efficient in the next video. In short, it's the instant gold training you're going to need to do if you plan on keeping the commander. in your base, right? Because for this base, when we play it later, you're going to spend a lot of time in here. Q all, instant heal, Q all, instant heal, Q all, instant heal. Because like any weak base, attackers tend to throw a lot of attacks at you really quickly, and you'll have to keep healing in order to keep your commander. Because if you don't do it in time, well, it can cause a lot of problems. Now, in the next clip, which I'm going to switch to now in a moment, you're going to see me get an attack from... You're going to see me get an attack from one of our guys who has a new blue gear and is maxed out. So we're going to test it with this particular build in the next clip. Alright guys, so picking up where we last left off. Right now, just to show you guys that this can be done on a budget. This is one of our top guys in our alliance, Neverwinter. As you can see, he's maxed to the chops. And now you're going to see, even with the new gear and an HQ26, you can put the cap in trap. Here we go, guys. So he's waiting out here. We're going to test it out. We're going to see the actual attack coming in here. I'll click on it so you can see that it is in actual fact a maxed attack. All our stuff is ready to go, and we're going to see if we can actually take it. So here we go. I'm going to scout him again. I told him to wait out for the scout. And he should send it now in a second. Oh, it's been a long day over here, guys. Long, long day. Even for a Sunday, it's been a long day. So here it comes. So we're going to take a look at it here. 30 million troops. 5 million. All bring to the shits. You saw that his gear is maxed. So it's going to come in here. And what's going to happen? Are we going to cap? Are we going to cap? Are we going to cap? We most certainly capped. And just to let you guys know that it is maxed, if we go to the equipment, it's all blue. The blue angel of death, you're still good to go. So now I'm going to release him. Release. Release. Alright, I'm going to say thanks to him again because he's donated some troops for the cause. Thanks, mate. Alrighty. So we're going to shield up really quickly. As easy as that, guys. So long as he sends more in his march than you have in your base and they go to the hospital, you're good, locked, cocked, and ready to rock. So, now these are guys from our alliance. Don't worry about that. So, guys, the series has been doing pretty good so far. So now you know enough to be dangerous. You also know enough to be a bit silly. Now, I would recommend practicing this a little bit before you actually run it during an event, because you do need a little bit of time before you can run this properly. Now, guys, so far the series has been doing pretty good, but I have two small requests. Two really small requests. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with the full series yet or not. Not because I don't want to, but right now I think this is pretty good for, we'll say, the beginner phase. Like, you know how the trap concept works. Now you should focus on how to play it and everything else. However, if this video gets 100 likes, so it's my request to you guys as viewers of mine, if this video gets 100 likes, I will release the next video in the series, which is focusing on how to play it as a cap. Now, in the next video, I will be upping the building levels because, like I said, this is the attack trap series. So, guys, if you enjoyed the series up to this point, please do give it a quick like. It really helps me out and lets me know you guys like the series. So, if we get 100 likes on the video, I'll release the next one. Also, guys, if you've been watching me for a while and you haven't hit subscribe yet, please hit that subscribe button. I have a goal. I want to breach 1,000 subs before I go to Europe in about 2 weeks. It's an ambitious goal, I know. But once the 1,000 subscriber mark is hit, I get access to more YouTube features that helps me deliver content to you guys. So guys, thanks a million for tuning in. And also make sure to check out Igni's Ashes Bot Services, the main sponsor of this series, to protect your rooms from all heaps of thieves and scammers and your team rooms with his bots. Alright guys, thanks a million. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Cheers guys.